Ancel, the man who popularised the idea that cholesterol caused heart disease, actually showed in his own work back in the 1950s that dietary cholesterol from meat and animal fat did not elevate blood levels of cholesterol and did not cause the formation of atherosclerosis or heart disease. So if he proved this himself back in the 1950s, then why did he push the idea that dietary fat and cholesterol were the main causes of heart disease? His 7-nation study, which catapulted the cholesterol heart hypothesis to national prominence, was not only cherry-picked from 22 available countries that he had complete data for, but 15 didn't fit his narrative, so he pretended that he never looked at them. Not only that, but he argued regularly that people replace animal fat with sugar, despite the fact that his own 7-nation study showed that sugar in fact had the exact same relative risk increase for cardiovascular disease that cholesterol did, with an R value of about 0.86 for both. So this is clear fraud, not a mistake. He even went further and buried a large randomized, double-blinded, placebo-controlled trial in humans from 1968 to 1973 called the Minnesota Coronary Experiment, because it showed that replacing animal fat and butter with vegetable oils and margarine lowered LDL, but also increased death from heart attacks and strokes in the subjects. This was buried until it was found by Dr. Ramsden at the NIH, who published it 40 years later in 2014 in the BMJ. Why push cholesterol when he knew from his own studies and randomized controlled trials that it couldn't be cholesterol and animal fat? Money and reputation, most likely. He was secretly on the payroll of the sugar industry for decades and yet never divulged this key piece of information in his conflicts of interest disclosures for his publications or broader work. He also clearly liked the attention and fame this gave him, landing his face on the cover of Time magazine as Man of the Year in 1961. Regardless of motivations, it's fairly clear that he knowingly misled the public about cholesterol and heart disease, as his own experiments proved this couldn't be the case, and yet he intentionally buried it in favour of known fraud, such as the 7-nation study.